Blair, Thomas, and Magic. Subscribe now, watch us live lavish. We got Brooks, now we live, and we bringing major vibes. Up City and Alliance, we taking off flying high. Follow us now for guidance.
It's been such a long time. It shouldn't have left you without a dope video to watch. Now, for those of you that don't remember who we might be, this is the Obsidian Alliance with the Blair Thomas and Brooks. And we're back.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, yeah.
Or having existential crises. So, more on that in later videos. But I am Magic here, and today the topic is Will and Jada, which all transpired to a head. One with the entanglement video, which I'll have posted somewhere above you, so where you can be able to click on it. We talk about that, and then of course with the infamous Chris Rock Oscar slap, which we'll be showing now. All right, so now that you've got the gist of the two events that are going on, what is your take? And we're going to start with Brooks on the whole Will and Jada situation, because this seems like a very, very sad story. And yeah, let's get your thoughts first.
It's one of those 50-50. Like, I understand why he did it, but should he have done it? Hell no. Why not? She doesn't give him the same respect. I'm sorry. If you don't like it, oh well. She would have never done the same thing for him if it was a female, like Wanda Sykes or somebody saying something about him, and she would have never went up there. She would have probably stayed in her seat. I mean, in the beginning, he laughed about it. She gave him that look, and it's just like, bro, could have talked to behind closed doors, something. But now you did it, and now you're public enemy number one. You're a black man. It just goes to show that your mental does not really matter, because he's having something going on. And I mean, we all do it, where, same thing with Kanye West, where they showing signs, but all we do is make jokes or make them look like the bad guy.
True. And this, of course, culminated with him being banned from any Academy Award type events for the next 10 years. And when he wanted to have people keep his wife's name out of their mouths, that only exploded because the internet, one, is undefeated, and two, does not give a damn. So, and I guess we're all going under the assumption that he can't slap all of us. So,
First thing is about that 10-year ban, it's like, not to point fingers, but there's other people there that have probably done worse, and they get their bans, or they don't even get banned at all, or people don't bring it up. That's probably done more worse than Will Smith will ever do.
true, but they're palm colored, so they get that treatment sometimes. So what about you, Mr. Thomas? What are your thoughts and feelings on it?
Well, I agree, and I agree with both of you to a certain extent. I hold Will accountable for one thing, and that's not taking his mental health serious enough. He loves his family. He's a devoted father and a devoted husband, but he's devoted to the wrong woman. And regardless, yes, I understand. As men, we protect our families, we protect our wives. But if your wife is not protecting you, then honestly, she is not worthy of that protection. Now, as far as her baldness goes, first off, you made a video saying that you didn't care what anybody had to say. Now somebody like Chris Rock makes a joke and now you want to cry. And then on top of that, to all the ladies out there, Oh, I want my man to protect me like that. I want to make sure my man's like that. Okay. Jada Pinkett publicly came out and said she's not a woman that needs protecting. So this is a prime example of you guys jumping the gun and making it seem like, again, that the problem is the majority of black men or men in general. No, Will Smith was wrong for how he approached the situation. He has admitted that. What you call it? Even afterwards, he had a conversation with Chris, and
Nope, that has not happened.
a conversation with Chris.
Nope, that has not
I
happened.
just saw a video about that, but I guess it was made up.
Yep,
So scratch that then. But Chris Rock did not want to press charges, though. Is that still the thing?
that is still a thing.
Okay. So even the person who took the slap understands to some degree that something's going on here. Will Smith, we can't say he's not been violent because he has slapped people before, but it's been because somebody's invading his personal space. If I'm a reporter and I'm in your face like this, or I try to kiss you on your cheek, because that's when he's slapped people. I would slap somebody too if you try to put your lips on me and I don't even know you. Like, you need to back up. But as far as somebody making a joke about your wife, there have been people who have made jokes about Jaden, Willow. You ain't slapped them. Kevin Hart said a joke. This was at the BET Awards. Kevin Hart made a joke about Jaden and his tight outfits, saying that he might be a little. How come you ain't go on stage and slap him? Why was it? It seems like, and I'm not blaming Will because I know he's just had enough because he's been the butt of a joke for years now. But you can't pick and choose when you're. I guess you can pick and choose when you're offended, but you really shouldn't. If it's about family, if it's about protection, then you should have been just as upset that someone was calling your son sweet as someone talking about your wife being bald, even though she came out and said, "I don't care that I'm bald."
But you know what else is crazy to me? She's that bald. So it's just like,
She looks great. She looks great.
and then she just came out and said that she has the whole alopecia thing. So I'm not sure if Chris Brown, God damn it, Chris Rock, to the full knew to the full extent that she had that going on yet. And then so they already written it, so there was no way for them to take it out. But then it's just like, it's Chris Rock, it's comedy, nobody's off limit. They're gonna pick and choose what they want to make fun of, and that's how it's gonna go. Like, everybody was laughing when he was making all the other jokes. Now
So
some people that the other jokes wasn't as bad or blah blah blah, but it's at the end of the day, it's still jokes. So he was still doing his job as a comedian.
you were
And
laughing too.
Not to mention, I believe Regina Hall made a joke about Will Smith's entanglement during the same show.
yeah, about Will Smith. People make fun of gays, fats, cancer, every damn thing under the sun. Now, yes, some of it messed up, yeah, but do people still laugh? Hell yeah. So, maybe because of timing, I'll say it's timing wise because she just came out and said it. But I'm pretty sure if this was something that was known 2-3 years ago and he made a joke, I don't think it would be as severe as it is now.
Yeah. I'll do say timing. Um Also, like you said, I do think it's really funny how people are really like there's actually a petition to cancel this man. I'm like, this man gives to numerous charities, is a devoted father, husband. He's been a role model for black men for 3 decades. He's done great movies. He deserved an Oscar 10 years ago for Concussion and 7 Pounds. He's done phenomenal things. I think what the problem is one, this just goes to show you, and y'all can go back to our trauma video for this too. When you are not surrounded by the right people when you're going through trauma, it gets worse. Jada is not the person to be going through trauma with because she's adding to it. But it's his fault because he tolerates it. He tolerates it.
Yep.
Will is competent enough to understand that, you know what? I have to change my surroundings if I want things to change for me, I have to change who I'm around. And unfortunately, in this situation, that happens to be your wife.
Yeah, well, Chris Rock handled the Oscars as best as he could after the slap. Um, I think for most men, once a slap happens,
Oh
as
yeah.
it's not
Like,
going the way you think it is. You're not leaving that stage. We're both going to leave together, and it's going to be flying off the stage. Um, even Charlie Murphy said in a joke on the Chappelle Show, "If you slap a man, there was a gunfight after that." So, like, he handled it the best he could. And as Blair said, this Will Smith has now been the butt of jokes for about a good portion of 2 to 3 years now. Um, and every so often, something will come out about this family, and it is just more and more and more disturbing. And you realize how broke. The only reason why this marriage is together is because of Will. The only reason why this marriage is still together. Jada didn't want to marry him because she was pregnant, and her mother forced her because she had that traditional old school way of thinking. Jada, even up until this day, still in love with Tupac Shakur, even though Tupac thought nothing of you except a good homegirl. Your daughter in middle school wrote a letter to Tupac. Like,
Christmas letter. A Christmas letter, mind you. Not to Santa Claus, but to Tupac.
just like, of course, Will, when you wrote your book, you had, unaliving yourself tendencies, the whole power struggle with you, and the Black Aunt Viv, which caused you to pretty much blackball her because you was afraid of losing power. Like, it's you. I have now come to the conclusion that you are a grown child star that never really functioned to being rich, because you were pretty much famous at 17 to 18 years old from the start of your rap career, and then you went on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air and blew up. And then that's when the Aunt Viv thing happened with your power grab, because you didn't want nobody to control your power. And then in between that segment, you had a whole nother marriage and a child. And you didn't understand how marriages or relationships work then. Then you wanted Jada when y'all met on your show, and you were jealous of Tupac. Then, like I said, we go through the whole thing with the Willow situation, and you forcing your stardom on your kids, and your kids can't handle it. And then you try to celebrate Jada's 40th, and Jada pretty much tells you this is the culmination of your big ego, and you trying to push down everything because you're trying to be the best actor that you can be, while you admit that you were not as great as a father or not as great as a husband as you could have been, mainly probably because you also had a not so great parenthood and or previous marriage. And as Blair said, you never really got help for none of this. You just buried all this under acting. And granted, it was a good thing to see you reconcile with the Black Aunt Viv on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air reunion. Hopefully, Carlton will do the same before they die, because as people, I think, now notice that when Aunt Viv came back, Carlton was nowhere to be seen. And obviously, because they still have their beef, which is dumb because we're all pretty much, not all of us, but all of y'all are pretty much in your 50s, damn near in your 70s. So, time to squash that. But then it's just like you go through all the red table talks and how Will Smith wasn't sexually satisfying Jada. And you had August Alsina on the show talking about sex.
Hold on. I need to piggyback off that. For you to go on an Oprah talk show and talk about your husband's sex game, I don't care. Listen, and you can say, ladies, y'all call me wrong too. if your man is trash and you go on national TV to out him, bro, just divorce me. At that point, understand divorce is coming. You done outed, even if I don't sexually satisfy you, because apparently the only dick that's perfect for her is Tupac's. So whatever. Like, for you to have the golf, that's nobody's business but ours. That's nobody's business. I don't care how close we are. I don't care if you and Brooks got married. Your wife should not be telling me about y'all sexual shortcomings. Because I'll be looking at her like, why are you discussing that with me? You should be discussing that with your husband. It's disrespect. Like, it's just the disrespect that she does to this man. And it's just like, at this point, I'm having a hard time feeling bad for him. Because it's just like, bro, you are literally just taking it. You like, and I'm not saying, because we don't know. Behind closed doors, maybe he does say something. But bro, clearly she's not gonna stop. She's not gonna stop. Let her go.
Even when you told her your social media was your bread and butter, so even if you wanted to film me, all you have to do is just ask me. You had this look on your face like you just had a steak attitude on your face, and it's like it really bothers me. Like I said, we don't know what Will Smith does behind closed doors, but it just really, really, really bothers me. And I really think of you now as a horrible human being. Like, you are straight up a horrible human being. You outed your man about his sex game to the person that you eventually had sex with. Mind you, once again, I don't give a damn if we say I'm done with you and you go fuck a stranger. You, my son's friend,
In my house.
in my house. My son's friend who was sick,
Older than him.
dying, and was damn near going blind. There is Jada, you got the right person. You got the right black man. Cause
One disclaimer: if it was the other way around, Will Smith would be a horrible person. I don't want y'all thinking that just because we're talking about her, woman, blah blah. No, if it was the other way around, it would still be the same concept.
yes, because
It's funny how we apply that energy, but nobody else. It's so funny how a lot of you, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. A lot of you pick me black men and women had the nerve to be like, oh, the rest of y'all are stupid for not defending your woman like that. Yeah, y'all not real black men. You don't protect black women. And yet it's so funny how when he comes out and says he was wrong, all y'all quiet. Why y'all so quiet now? It's so funny. Because before it was he did the right thing, but no. When Will comes out and says, I handled that wrong, now it's all, oh yeah, well, I guess you handled it wrong. No, have the same energy. He handled it right. That's what you want your man to do. When you're out in public, you want him to make a fool of himself in front of millions of people, especially his colleagues, and jeopardize his money and his career. That's what you want. That's protection. Got you. No problem. Because remember, that's the Oscars. You wouldn't dare do that shit in the streets of New York, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Miami. You wouldn't do that shit because you know what's gonna happen. Boom! As soon as that hand cocked back, boom. So remember that protection comes with a price, especially if you're not gonna have my back the way I have yours. Because funny, Will's been the butt of a joke for 5 years. Jada, where your comment at? Where your public statement saying leave my husband alone? Oh, right, because you're quiet, because you're too concerned about Tupac and August Alsina. Right.
on a final note, black men and women, once again, we need to stop holding celebrities at a high pedestal. Their experience is their expertise. we are nowhere close to that experience. If you was to slap a dude in public, out on the regular streets, as Blair said, that's at worst, you're getting blown away. At best, you're getting your butt whooped and then you're going to jail. Because that's assault.
Because a Karen will call. Karen will call.
That's
She'll
assault.
be right there.
Like that, plain and simple, that's assault. The only reason why Will Smith got away with it
because he's Will Smith.
And because Chris Rock has the good knowledge to know this ain't the way to go down. I'm gonna make my money off these tickets. We're gonna have a joke about it during my comedy routine, but Will already got enough stuff going on. I mean, just let him get Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington to give him advice, and we just gonna go on with the best documentary.
Let's shout out to Denzel and Tyler Perry for being the only Samuel Jackson too, for being the only 3 black men in there to support. Go up, like after Will won his award and they saw how broken he was, they were the first ones to greet him coming off that stage. And that's what black men support looks like. When you see your brother up there breaking down and you know damn well it ain't about no award. That man is going through something. And they were the first ones to put their arms around him. That's what I'm talking about. I like that. I loved that. It was wonderful.
So once again, stop thinking that you are celebrities. Stop. We are regular people. We will never make it up there. I don't even want to get up there anymore. We used to all have those lofty dreams. I don't want that up there no more. Y'all, and then y'all turn y'all back so goddamn fast. It don't make no sense. But anyways, this has been the Will and Jada segment from the Obsidian Alliance. If you need guidance, come seek the Alliance as always on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We do really appreciate the support. I know we have been away for a while, and we are trying to get better. We have a lot of stuff going on, and we will get to that in later videos. So until then, for the Blair Thomas and Brooks, I am Magic. Have a good one and take care.
Welcome to season 2.
Welcome to season 2.